What's up, guys? You're welcome to the Sports Wave Show. This evening, we're having a very interesting discussion about the Ghana Black Stars. But before we proceed with the discussion, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. So, I'm Leslie and I'm here with Ken. Ken, what's up?
Well, I'm fine. I'm just blessing this life, blessing this moment, blessing this love and light.
So, how your weekend go?
Oh, we're just getting everything done. In fact, our weekend, we plan our weekends around our football teams, our football clubs. So it went as usual. I mean, I was indifferent as my darling Man United never put in anything was extraordinary, but I can take it like that.
They disappointed you once again?
No, it wasn't a disappointment. I even expected the worst to happen, but I think they put much shifting against Liverpool, whom everyone thought they were going to beat us mercilessly, but I think it was okay. I can take a draw like that.
Oh, okay. I think
We lost the game,
I think it was a draw match.
but we lost it. We should have. Well, anyway, Man United and they talk about lack of resilience and then putting in more shit, but it's okay. 2-2 is fine.
It could be.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I feel say for some time now, the last name on the lips of Ghanaians, or what's Ghanaians the 1 year, be the name Black Stars.
Yeah, it's Blaster, as you know, it occupies. It's a central nervous system of Ghanaians. When you touch it, you touch their heart and soul. So, and it's one of the things that we have been more dear about because of the expenditure and the taxes we pay to actually build it. So yeah.
Yeah, I know there are so many Ghanaians are very bitter and probably dispassionate about our current national team, which is the Black Stars. But actually, whatever the reason be, we all be Ghanaians. We will get one national team. We're not getting any national team for anywhere.
Yeah.
So regardless of the hard times and the heartbreaks we've gone through for some time now, we still wish them well.
Definitely.
So I would want us to look at probably a very interesting discussion about the Black Stars. So one of our former captains and a legend of our national team recently granted an interview on Asempa, and according to him, Mohamed Kudus is the only Ghanaian performing well in Europe currently, and for that matter, is the main deal of the team, and even entreats the coach to build a team around him. So, what's your take on that?
It's a very promising thing that Kudus is doing at West Ham and in Europe. In fact, he started all from Ajax. Some of us doubted him in the EPL because of the intensity, but I think he's proved himself worthy of whatever billion that we expected of him. In fact, he's a shining star, and I think he has a lot of potential. But I mean, with the question of building a team around him, he's neither. Well, he's both and neither at the same time. Someone that we should build a team around. In fact, there's no denying that we need a building. We need to actually build something. And whether or not we should build blasters around Mohamed Kudus is really a questionable. It's a questionable thing that, in fact, if I meet Asamoah, I'll ask him how to build and which coach to build. Which structures do we have in place to build a team around Kudus, because it may all fall apart and Kudus will suffer again. At the point when Asamoah was only the Archman, he suffered. Right? When everything was built around him as someone to rescue us from the jaws of defeat, and when everything caved in Brazil and subsequent tournament, he was the one who suffered a lot. So we need building, but whether or not to build around Kudus is really, I really doubt that.
Okay, personally, I also feel our team is so poor to the extent that building our team around one player wouldn't be the ideal thing to do.
Exactly.
But how can you build a team around just one player? And do you know people are even questioning his commitment? You remember our last two friendly matches against Uganda and Nigeria?
Yeah.
He wasn't available due to injury.
Yeah.
But I think in a few weeks' time, he was playing for West Ham.
Yes.
So most Ghanaians were even shocked. They were even doubting his commitments as he starts down. You were not available for our two friendly games. But just a week later, you were playing for West Ham. How come?
Yeah. In fact, I watched the interview myself, and the pertinent questions that someone should have addressed, he dodged them. And I kind of felt there was playing ostrich around some of the critical issues should have discussed even before he could tell us that we should build a team around Kudus. Okay. In fact, sometimes if all it took was Ghanaians shouting and drawing names and drawing a crowd about blasters and their, ill performances, I think we would have gotten somewhere. 2006 was our maiden World Cup. 2010 was where we really made a mark in the world stage. 2014 was when the rot started caving in. And Asamoah superintended that team. I remember in Brazil, where all the the dubious, things that some hired gangs, which we know as the management committee, cost us our elimination in Brazil. But this is the point where, as a Modern, I think with the power he wields, should have made an incredible remark about the most crucial thing, underlying issues we should address before even giving us the notion that we should build a team around Kudus. All right. Look at the football fraternity. Look at not even only Blaster. Look at the juvenile team. Look at the GFA, which in fact many of us have talked about it. Sorry, but just dodging question that he was even asked a question about our current coach.
Yeah.
On his second coming, whether or not it is proper to still put him in place in light of what he did to us when we went to the previous World Cup. He never even apologized to Ghanaians. Yeah. These are the questions you should. This is where you should. Speaks truth to power, and with the incredible power that Asamoah wields. Right, I think this would have gone well with Ghanaians, just to have someone in position like Asamoah and his caliber to make a mark in terms of what can we address.
So let me play the devil's advocate here. So in case we build a team around Kudus and it's not available for a match, then what happens?
Yeah, what happens? That's the question. That's when the ignition will start. In fact, so we don't need to build a team around anybody.
Because I remember in the past when we had a formidable Black Stars, our team wasn't built around just one player. Yeah. Because we had a Michael Essence, we have Sule Mutari, we have Stephen Appiah, even Asamoah himself. Yeah. So we had a couple of very good players, exceptional talent. So making the case we should build our team just around one player. I think Kudus is a very promising talent and exceptional footballer. But I think he's very young. He just moved to West Ham. He's performing well, but he's even still trying to find his feet. Yeah. So you don't put that kind of pressure on such a young lad. Yeah, building the whole Black Stars around him. But our team has really been poor for the past few years. Very, very poor. Even aside Kudus, which other player can you mention?
That's the point.
We've not won a match, I think, in our last 8 or 7 matches. So building a team around Kudus, I don't know, but I think it's a no-no. And what do you make of his statements where he claims Kudus is the only Ghanaian player performing well in Europe?
It's really unfortunate. It's not the only person performing well in Europe. We can look at. Well, to me, we have incredible. Yeah, Semenyo is doing well with Bournemouth. In fact, there is just one player at one team in Cyprus also. No, this is a Haku guy.
Oh, okay.
Isahaku
is in England.
Leicester City. Yeah. He's also promising, very good player that we can all integrate.
But this guy is not doing bad as well. It's very unfortunate anytime he comes to Black Stars, he's unable to perform. Our striker in Spain,
Inaki Williams.
Exactly.
And he speaks something. In fact, Inaki Williams, ill performance is a microcosm of the entire ills we have in our football fraternity, the GFA. If I'm honest, if I'm really honest about, what he show on the field, we need to address the underlying. In fact, but we say if you don't tackle the fundamental, if you don't tackle the main issue, the fundamentals, fundamentals are what we should actually. We should be more critical and very passionate about. And this is the Black Stars. In fact, I don't know. Maybe there are some elitism and politics. Play about it, but it's about time we spoke well. We demanded for accountability. It's about time. Even these ex-players who has incredible power, like Asamoah himself, he's a legend.
Exactly.
When he speaks, he can draw a lot of crowd. When this journalist went on the streets to demonstrate against GFA and some of the things that we did in Cote d'Ivoire, we didn't see any. But there were a few of them who made a comment in appreciation and in support and solidarity to what they did. But Asamoah never. He was so psychophonic. He never came out to say anything. In fact, so it's about time these ex-footballers realized their incredible power and also demanded so much from this football fraternity, because they've been part. Asamoah himself has been part of this. When he went to Brazil, he was given that he was blamed for our performance because he superintended the rot that got to the height of what we are even witnessing now. All right. So to build a team around Kudus is going to be a very huge pressure for a young lad who hasn't even really found his feet so well in England. And I believe Kudus himself will be admonished to the fact that even his good players around him to carry the Black Stars along. It's a team. It's 11 players. So why must you build a team around one player? Why? Well, I don't know whether that is a fiction. But it's really a possibility. The other section of Ghanaians who also believe, but Argentina were able to build the team around Messi. Portugal has been able to build a team around Cristiano Ronaldo for some time now, for the past years. So why can't we do the same? Messi after the World Cup commended Emiliano Martinez. And people didn't realize his contribution to the Argentinian team, but he was very instrumental to their victory in the World Cup. Emiliano Martinez. At the point, Martinez spoke at Players Tribune and he said, after he saved the penalty and after against even Netherlands, even before France. So Leslie, in fact, we have enough problem with Black Stars without Asamoah making a comment that we should build a team around Kudus. It's never going to work. It's going to cave in. It's a time bomb that at a point Ghanaians will still turn their eye on the Kudus rather than turning their eye on GFA. Just like we did to Asamoah in some time
so
past.
the focus shouldn't be on Kudus.
No, it shouldn't.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, it should be about building Black Stars.
Exactly.
And even building before, we need to build GFA. We need to ensure that our juvenile teams are very well grounded.
Exactly.
Where we can actually integrate some of the good players
from the juvenile team
to the national team.
Like we used to do.
We used to do, exactly. So the plan is there. In fact, we have the model. So we just need to go back.
I remember the 2009 Starlight squad that won the World Cup in Egypt.
Yeah.
Most of them eventually were even moved to the Black Stars. So from under 20, some of them under 20, Ajimambedu, the DI himself, who was the captain.
Yes.
Yeah, Rabi Mohammed,
yes.
we had Ransford Ose.
Yeah.
Most of them eventually made up the Black Stars team. Yeah, but for a while now, you don't see that.
Again. So
yeah. And with regards to those who are making claims over Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese team has been built around Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi, the Argentine team has been built around Messi. These are two exceptional talents.
Yeah.
They are two of the world's most greatest athletes ever.
Yeah.
So how can you even make comparison with these players?
Yeah.
They've been consistent over 20 years. Top professionals, always available. Come on. you can't make comparisons with this place to Kudus. So you say upcoming. Come on. So I think with that argument, it's a no. It shouldn't even be.
Not to take any shine from Kudus. He is incredible.
Exactly.
I really love him and what he's doing in West Ham. There were so many doubts about his transfer to West Ham, whether or not he'll get consistent playing time, and he's proving that he can. But I don't think he's even ready to shoulder our Black Stars.
But again, to even come in, what even makes Kudus an exceptional talent? Before he's moved to West Ham, you remember I was linked to 3 of the top sides in England.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United.
Yes.
Yeah. So many of us even thought he was going to end up in any of those 3 clubs until he eventually went to West Ham, which I personally feel is a good move. It will be a step up for him to a bigger club. And he hasn't been bad. He hasn't been performing bad at all.
Yeah, very
but
well.
There's more room for improvement. He's still young. I think about 21 or 22 years.
Yes.
Oh, come on. I think there's more to come for him.
Very focused.
To be the main man for Black Stars now, or the team to be built around him, I don't think that would be ideal.
It's not ideal. And as Asamoah, in fact, he's just playing ostrich. And I don't like people like that. You should just be bold, go straight. In fact, ever since the debate of Black Stars, no performance, surfaced, we have actually been polarized into 2 strident positions. Those who are headless, those who are heartless. And it seems like Asamoah, wants to toe the line of, he's advocating for those who are heartless. Well, maybe he's also enjoying the boom from whatever is happening, but that shouldn't be it. And to say that Ghanaians are going to be the people who are going to judge Otuado is a no-no. We've been doing this all the time, but we haven't gotten anywhere.
Yeah.
And this is how revolution starts. This is how revolution is. When the powerful person steps down to join the commoners to actually, demand accountability. That's when everything. Power, iron sharpens iron. We are not iron. How can we sharpen iron? In fact, if it only took Ghanaians to go on the street to demand for accountability, we'd have gotten somewhere already. But it's never the point for Asamoah to be dodging critical questions, demanding from GFA with all the huge taxes that we are spending on Black Stars. You could have done better in this interview.
Oh, okay.
You should have.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So please, we'd like to bring the curtains down on this show. We are grateful for your time. So please, I kindly entreat you all to like and subscribe to the channel. So see you another time tomorrow. Thank you.